Hey, what's up, guys? I'll fix the music here. Welcome back to the Build Show. I am your host over here at the Empower Gaming Studio, doing another build, or multiple builds for tonight. We're going to try to do as many builds as we can tonight, because we have a lot of them. So that promised 4090 build is going to wait because we have everything for it, but these builds take priority because they need to be done before Christmas. The other one does not. So, unfortunately, the 4090 build that I talked about is on hold until I get the rest of these builds done that need to be done before Christmas. So that is currently our status right now, guys. We're slammed. Officially. Lots of builds to do. So, let me get these parts on the table and we'll get started. Give me one moment. Hey, what's up, chat nerds? Welcome back to the Build Show. Yes, more builds. We're at that point where we start to lose our minds because we've got so many builds in here. So we're going to be doing as many builds tonight as we can. We're going to call it a mega build stream because I'm basically going to build until I can't build anymore, until I've lost it, and you guys will see signs. So we're going to go pretty late tonight. So first off, we're starting with Layla's order. I'm sorry, Layla's not as graceful as it normally would be, because normally I have this all planned out, and instead I'm at the point of, oh, my name is Mike. No, this is not for you, Mike. I'm sorry. I apologize. This is for a Layla. Anyway, let's go through and run through the build that we're going to be doing today for Layla. We're going to start with the Ryzen 7 5700X 3D, which has got 8 cores, 16 threads, maximum boost of 4.1 gigahertz with that 3D V-Cache technology from AMD, that juicy 3D V-Cache. We're going to be putting that on a B550 Mag Tomahawk Wi-Fi Max Wi-Fi motherboard. And then we've got 32 gigs of DDR4 3200 by G.Skill. Originally, we were targeting Team Group T-Force Vulcan Z, but that ran out of stock while we were ordering. So I think I recently noticed that it is back in stock now, but too late. But anyway, G.Skill's pretty much the same stuff. So, and then we have a 2 terabyte M.2 NVMe SSD, which is a Gen 4 by Silicon Power. It's the UD90, and a Thermalright Frozen Note. This is the V2, but it's in white. So obviously you're picking up on the scheme that we're following here. So we do have a white theme build going. Next up is the graphics card, which is the RTX 3070, which is an 8 gigabyte GDDR6 256-bit PCIe 4.0 card. Originally, we were going to target a Zotac card and ended up with a MSI card, and it's beautifully matching the motherboard, so it pairs well. Hey, what's up, Steven Anderson? Welcome back to the Build Show, sir. I would come help, but you know, you're like 10 hours away. Yeah, I know, it's 10 hours. And then you'd only, you know, you'd be here for a day or two, and then we'd be out of builds. So, I mean, I've got a lot of builds in here. Most of them I have to stream too, so that's the other trouble is, I guess we could do a split screen stream. I've got multiple cameras, we could make that work, if you really wanted to. But then we've got the 850 watt, 80 plus gold power supply that we're going to be throwing in there, ensuring that we have the ability to upgrade. Originally this was supposed to be a 750 watt, but the 750 watts are all sold out or stupidly priced. So it was a better deal just to buy the 850 at that point, because I don't know why power supplies, they just go up $20 every time they're low in stock. It's stupid. What do you think about the B580 so far? Steve, I have not gotten to use it yet. I've chased Micro Center around all week trying to pick one up, and they either weren't there, or when they were there, by the time I got to the Micro Center, they were all out of stock. So I politely asked if they could just set one aside for me at this point, because I've tried 3 times this week. So that's 3 different hours of driving, except for last night's driving was an extra double, so I guess 4 hours of driving because of the ice last night. So I've got like 4 hours of driving back and forth going to Micro Center this week trying to find a B580. So I don't have an answer on that. The answer that I will be in my video that I eventually release here, probably going to be after Christmas at this point, because we're just drowning in builds right now. So I'm telling you, PC parts are like gold prices. I know, it just fluctuates based off of demand. It's stupid, honestly. But then we've got some white sleeved extensions that we're going to be using here. The box was crushed on the way in, so not much I can do about that other than say, or take a look at them and verify that they're all there. So, and in good shape. Next up, we're going to be putting this in the Air 903 Max by Montech. It is going to be in white. So, without further ado, guys, I am going to jump into these builds really quick, so we're going to do some rapid building. Oh yeah, I also did grab a 140 millimeter PWM addressable RGB fan to replace the rear just plain white fan. So it looks cool, or more cool. Cooler, more cool. We will be doing that. Let's get some of this out of the way and then we will get started. So, how's everybody's day? Big plans for the weekend, I assume, right? Your screwdrivers are just MIA. Did you know who took them? One of your kiddos. Gonna have to chase that kiddo down. Preach, brother. Good evening, Army Vet over on the Twitch. Welcome back to the Build Show. Obviously a open box. One moment, guys. I'm dealing with a sticker that's not supposed to be here. Okay, this is obviously an open box motherboard, which it was not supposed to be. So that's interesting. I don't have the time on this back and actually get the right one, so that sucks. Tremendously. Looks like everything's here at least. The only thing is there is a sticker here, and I'll have to do some Google on and get rid of that extra crap that's not supposed to be there. Nice. Just how we want to start this build series out. Surprise, it's open box. It's obvious. Very obvious the packaging was not sealed either. It was sealed by a piece of tape, but not what you want to see when you start off your builds. Alright, now we're going to install our 32 gigs of RAM. We've got our Ryzen 7 3700X 3D installed. We're going to put our two 16 gig sticks in. And that goes into A2 and B2. And then we've got our 2TB M.2 NVMe SSD, which is Let's buy silicon power. Normally I zoom in here and give you guys that view, but I'm going to do these builds really quick. I'll try to. No. This just sucks. 5700 X3D 32 gigs B550. What's the specs? Yes, it's what the chat nerds did throw in the chat there for you. We also have a RTX 3070. I'm going I'm going till I collapse. Yep, that's basically the plan. So we have a 3070 and 850 watt power supply, 2 terabyte SSD, Montech 903 Max, and the what is it? Sleep cables. We're just gonna build till I drop. I do have my hernia strap on, so that should be should buy us some time there. If you guys don't know what a hernia strap is, go ahead and go look it up, and it is exactly what you think it is. Yes, my hernia is in the groin. Will the Peerless Assassin be enough for the 5700 X3D? Yes. A1 goes on the steak. A1 belongs on the steak, I agree. Alright, so we've got our SSD installed. I just don't like this goo from the sticker. Whoever bought this motherboard and decided to return it, decided to politely put the dumb sticker, or a dumb sticker, right on the heatsink. I'm wondering if I should just let this heat up and then rub it off. There's a little bit of goo there. It was really dumb. That's all I gotta say. Whoever did that. It's just gonna get hot and then melt off, right? Yes, this is the Montech 903 Max in white. Very white. I'm removing the rear fan because we have a replacement 140 by Thermalright with RGB. So it'll look cool instead of the plain white one that it comes with the case. The front ones are RGB. The rear one is not. Hell yeah! Layla, welcome! This is your PC. Welcome to the build show. We're breezing through it pretty quick. Love the white, Layla. Thanks, chat. You know, it's weird because I say thanks, chat. I mean chat nerds. But it sounds like I'm talking to all chat. You know, like all the other streamers in the world. Haha, chat, thanks, chat. What do you think, chat? Or do you want me to just call you Mike? Some of my friends want to play Destiny. Well, this will definitely do it. Overwatch and Minecraft. Destiny, Overwatch, and Minecraft, it's a great selection. Not to mention anything else you want to throw at it. Alright. Now that we've gotten that motherboard in, we're going to go ahead and get the rear fan installed. The rear 140 millimeter, addressable RGB fan. Oh, that X3D chip is going to kick some butt. Yes, it will. It is actually my, this build is from the website. It's the best build of the year. Basically, it's my recommendation, my recommended build of the year for price or performance per dollar. This is basically your winner. The only other difference I could have done is an AMD graphics card, but I wanted it balanced with RTX, with the, you know, the ray tracing. If somebody wanted ray tracing. So you kind of have to go with NVIDIA for that. And a 3070 is a great balance. What was the build at again? So the build comes in at $1,256 before taxes. I mean, it's pretty damn good for a $1,200 PC. And you get to watch it built live on stream. So if you ever question Ben and his abilities, you go back and look at the stream. It's like, never mind. Ben knew what he was doing. Or you can go back and be like, yep, Ben did not know what he was doing. Whichever way you want to attack it. Come on. There we go. We got the fans plugged back into the hub in the rear. this back here. Alright, USB-C is in the top, USB 3 at the bottom. And then we've got some system fan 1 up here. And then I'll just run the addressable RGB to the top as well. We pretty much know everything's going. I just gotta unbutton this. Break this open. HD audio. Front panel. USB 3. And then this lovely gentleman is going to be USB 3 or USB-C right here. And then you just got to break this open. And well, we could just send it all down here, since I got it all the way down here anyway. Nice to have the 12 gig graphics card and the $250 price range. That's not 2 generations old or used. Thank you, Intel. Yes. Yes. Is Thermalbright and Thermaltake the same company? They are not. They are 2 separate companies, just very close in name, unfortunately. I'm hoping to get good announcement at CES this year. Same. Would like to know when NVIDIA actually plans to release the 5000 series, because I get that question on a daily basis. Most games this gen, I know they're planning like Q1 2025, but when? Most games this gen may require up to a 3080, such as Palworld, sorry. Otherwise, a 2070 and up is good. Yes, you could pretty much do anything you want on even a 1080. 1080 could still do it. 1080 Ti. You can find those for pretty cheap too. Hey, good morning, everyone from Greece over on the Twitch. Welcome back to the Build Show, sir. Spent all my Christmas money on a treadmill. Fun being... yeah. I need to get one of those. I got told my weight's bad. I got told my blood pressure's bad. And I'm sure they'll probably tell me my cholesterol is bad as well. I feel like I'm getting old. All these things have to be adjusted. And they also want me to stop vaping. I'm like, what? I don't think I could do that. Too much stress. At least right now. I could probably quit the vaping if I wanted to try. The problem is you have to want to do that. And I don't want to do that. So I've got all these medical... Yeah, so adulting is hard. You do all these stupid things to your body, and then you're like, oh, I should not be doing these stupid things to my body. Interesting. Didn't under... You know, I'm just gonna reroute that. Reroute it. I don't like it there. We'll reroute it. Yeah, because this is gonna be a quick build done. quick build my ass. So I didn't like... Okay. So I don't like the front panel connectors when the board only sticks out to like here, so then the cable pops up here and sometimes floats out here. So instead I pull it in from the inside so it's not floating out in the middle of nowhere. It just, for aesthetic purposes, it looks a lot better. That is why I do that. And I caught myself trying to do it, and I was like, yeah, it'll be fine, and then I'm like, nope, can't do that. Hurts my brain. I can fix it in 5 seconds, because I know later, after the build's completed, I'll be sitting there looking at it before I package it up and hate myself. And then I have to take the video card out to fix it, because my hands are all fat. I have big, wide hands. Go, and then HD audio is the last sucker to plug in here, along with the ARGB connection loading over here somewhere, which actually is over here. Yeah. I don't know why I thought it was there. There we go. Got all our connections in. Now let's go ahead and tackle our EPS cables, our 24 pin, and then we can slap our radiator in. And yes, we have white cables. Of course we do. I'm not that barbaric. I want your opinion. Is it a good idea to buy this new Intel GPU card? As of right now, before I have tested it, I cannot promise it's going to be good because I personally have not tested it. I've been trying to get my hands on it for the last week at Micro Center, and they've just been either non-existent, meaning they didn't have any, and then when they did get them in stock, by the time I got there, they were out of stock, like super fast. So that's a good sign that they're going out of stock really quick. But I would say it's better than an RTX 4060 by a certain percentage. I think 12% is the official number, and it has more VRAM. The only downside is that it probably might be a little bumpy with the drivers at first, meaning we might run into bugs, but Intel has proven that they have worked those bugs out and put effort towards it. So we might see that resolved quickly if we do run into bugs. Even if I did smoke or drink, quit, because I'd rather spend money on the tech. Same. Just like I learned to cut my own hair, save money. Nice. I can't do that. If I cut my own hair, it would not exist. I'd have to just shave it all off. It's 10 to 12. It is 10 to 12. Is it 10 to 12? What's 10 to 12? Like 10 minutes to 12 p.m.? PC Specs Hunter, welcome back to the Build Show, or welcome to the Build Show. I'm not sure if this is your first time in here. For some reason I recognize your name. But we're doing a Ryzen 7 5700X 3D on a B550 Mag Tomahawk Max Wi-Fi motherboard by MSI. And then we've got 32 gigabytes of DDR4 3200 megahertz by G.Skill. And that is a CL16 timing. And then we've also got a 2 terabyte M.2 NVMe SSD Gen 4 by Silicon Power. On top of that, we're going to be cooling the CPU with a Thermalright Frozen Note, which is a 360 millimeter AIO radiator with 3 120 fans. This is the Montech Air 903 Max case in white. We've also got some white sleeved cables along with an 850 watt power supply, and the GPU is going to be an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3070 at 8 gigabytes. Hardware Unboxed and Gamers Nexus have good videos on the B580. I know. I'm super excited to test it out and like officially give you guys a video of some sort. But my opinion up front is very positive. I do like the looks of it. I don't like, however, Intel's very, very slow rollout, but that's probably based on the performance of the past release where they released the cards for the A series, and they did not get as much traction. This go around, I think they did a really good job building the hype up around it, and you know, providing data around the card this time, getting it in front of the right people for reviews first. So they've kind of, I guess, relearned the industry in a way, in my opinion. It's like, I don't know why you have to relearn this. You already sell CPUs. But they did it right, I think, this time around. So seeing that they're not easy to get off the shelf is a promising thing. Oysterhead over on Twitter, or I'm sorry, Twitch. Don't know why I do that. But I am streaming to Twitter. B580 will oh, once CES. Okay, so he's saying that it's basically going to be more available after CES. Is that what you're saying? When will you be invited to AMD or NVIDIA LAN party GPU launch? I have no idea. I mean, I've got kind of random partnerships starting with Corsair. One kind of starting with Micro Center. Tried starting one with Thermalright, but I just can't get a response out of their team at all. Irrelevant, sorry. I don't think the B580 will be irrelevant after CES. I think it'll stay within. But you're right. So, Intel, I think Intel's mistake is they only slightly beat the 4060. So that's where that's what you're saying, Oysterhead, is after, because the 4060's been out for a while, and NVIDIA's rolling out their 5060 soon. So the 5060 is probably going to come back and beat them. Although they did announce, or at least it got leaked, the 5060 is only going to be an 8GB card. So maybe the VRAM saves the B580 there with the extra VRAM. Yes, the 8600 as well. So, yes, actually I get recognized at Micro Center, of all places. So, it's kind of strange when somebody does recognize me, because they're like, oh, it's Ben! And I'm like, oh god, what did I do? It's no, you know, it's just like, I'm not a paparazzi guy. I am not. I don't like it. I would prefer to just go about my day without anybody recognizing me. As stupid as that may sound. Oh, the laughing hurts. Consumers Electric Show? Yeah, what's CES? Consumers Electric Show, which is in January. I think it's early January. It's like really beginning of the year, I think. Steve Anderson over on YouTube says the B580 competes with the 7700 XT and the 7600 XT 16GB and the 4060 Ti. Yeah, CES is a United States event that is hosted over here in the US. And it's basically a bunch of electronic companies, like everybody that you see that builds a part for a computer company will probably be at the event with a table kind of showing off their new products. And that's usually where a lot of new things get announced, such as the 5090 will most likely be announced. The exact release date will be probably announced there. January 4th through the 7th, yeah. I thought about maybe trying to sneak in and go, but I've got so many trips planned already in February. I can't cut the downtime just to go see what's new when I can see what's new on the internet. So it's like, yeah, cool. You know, eventually I'll get there, but I can't abandon my post, especially with the amount of builds that are coming in right now. It's not looking good. They would have bought the tickets and then not have been able to go. But definitely in the works, eventually I will make it down there. Or over there. That's in Texas, right? This one? While we're chit-chatting, I'm going to do these lovely cable combs. So I've screwed something up here. There we go. But eventually... Oh, it's in Vegas. I thought for some reason it was in Texas. Maybe I'm thinking of the streamer event in the top of my head, or the back of my head that's coming up too. Being busy is good, though, yes. Will you waste your tax money on a 5090? I will not do that, no. Will not be wasting money on a 5090 at this time. I almost bought a 4090 yesterday because it was a open box for like 1,600 bucks, and then I backed off the deal because I was like, what am I gonna do with a 4090? I'll just wait until they're cheaper. All right, we've got our EPS cables in and our 24 pin. I'm not very happy with how it looks. There we go, that looks better. All right, now let's do the AIO. Shall we? will be well over 2K. Yeah, I think the 5090 will be way up there in price. Doesn't make any sense to spend the money on it. 4090 doesn't even make sense to spend money on yet. But a lot of people need the horsepower, or want the horsepower. So, if you got the money, do it. Nobody judging. Especially the AIB partner cards, yeah. Like the Founders Edition is probably going to be 2K 2100. That would be my guess. Actually, don't need any of these other than that. Hey, Kenneth, thanks for the $1 donation, sir. Appreciate you, sir. I'm going to download Indiana Jones Game Pass. Nice. Lethal Wick. FSR is good when it implemented right. Final Fantasy. Yeah. Those are good examples, yeah. Will the 3090 drop under 700 when the 5090 comes out? I mean, I would assume so. I would assume that the 3090 and 50 or 4090 will follow the 1080 Ti price drop. Because the 1080 Ti was still pretty expensive for a long time. Same thing with like the 2080 Ti, just as an example, but those would be good examples to follow, kind of how long it took for that price to drop. What are we at? Almost an hour into this build already? Sheesh. Crap. Yeah, I could probably wait for this, but let's get it done and over with. There we go. Alright, now let's get this mounted all the way. Screwdriver, hopefully in the right position. You heard that the 5080 will only be 10% faster than the 4090, but the 5090 will be like 50% faster. Well, that, I mean, gee whiz. So wait, that would be what, 60% faster than a 4090? That's a significant leap. I mean, it's going to have 32 gigs of VRAM, right? Pretty sure that was leaked. As in, confirmed leaked. Make sure you don't run texture at Ultra Supreme, otherwise it'll crash. That's good to know. Ray tracing cards seem to play Indiana Jones. You can't run ray tracing off in the game. You can't? I haven't played the game yet, so I don't know. Although I really, really want to play the game. I'm a big Indiana Jones guy. Confirmed 32 gigs? Yes. Hey Ben, is there any games that a 3070 won't play and 8 gigs of VRAM enough? Yep. I mean, 8 gigs is basically becoming the minimum, I think, as time goes on here. It's basically going to be the minimum. Or at least going to become the minimum. I thought you had a 4070, Kenneth. Didn't we get you a 4070? I can't remember. Trying to blank there all of a sudden. I don't know why. Pretty sure we got you a 47. I mean, it might be that I've built, you know, a crazy ton of PCs. I do build a lot of PCs. Yep. Effort, now we have to undo it anyway. I've never had a tube fail like this. Nice. First, the tube was like broke. Kenneth, you have 2 PCs. Gotcha. Yeah, I knew that. My best graphics card is the 7800 XT. Yeah, that's a good card. What my 4070 Ti can't. It does what your 4070 Ti can't. Well, that's pretty surprising. What do you guys think? Starting to come together? All right. I guess we could drop a card in here and then a power supply and then some cable management and then we fire this bad boy up. Looks tight, thank you. AMD should be showcasing the B580 motherboards at CES. That'll be nice, finally. Yeah, I do want to start seeing the B580s, or I'm sorry, the B580s. The B850s. Someone like a Clapton. I see the PC case. There is a space to install 3 case fans more between the motherboard and there are 3 case fans on the front panel. Yep, so we've got 3 on the front panel here. We've got the AIO with 3 fans at the top, exhaust, front is intake, and then we've got 140. We have 3 140s on the front, 1 140 on the rear, 3 120s on the top, and then we do have space on the bottom here to do 2 120 millimeters if we wanted to. That is kind of the layout of the Montec Air 903 Max. Could add fans on the bottom, not necessary for this build, particularly this build. I've done it a few times. It looks pretty cool, and I actually didn't notice a major difference in temperatures. The only thing I did notice maybe a little bit of a temperature change is the graphics card, because you got fresh air pointing right at it. So it's a little bit of a change there, but that was about it. Other than that, it was not that big of a change the rest of the system. And it was only a slight change on the graphics card temps, so nothing substantial. Okay, guys. Can we please look straight down? There we go. Looking pretty cool, huh? Alright, let's get that power supply in. And finish plugging everything else in at the top here for the AIO, and then we're ready to fire this thing up after a little bit of zip tie magic. Those are decent specs, yeah. Steve's got some pretty cool builds over there. He does a very good job choosing efficient price to dollar components for his builds. Excellent job. Which is what you want to do, you know. Where's the stool, Ben? No stool. Instead, I'm wearing the hernia strap, which is actually working, so we're using the hernia strap. I didn't have time to go run around finding a stool, so I ordered the hernia strap. That came in yesterday, thankfully. And here I am. And I'm not in the car driving to Micro Center right now with icy roads, so now we're catching up. Or now we have to play catch up. Lots of it. Thanks, Ben. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Ah. But it is what we'll have to do to get through this month. Or this holiday crazy build season. Yep, wrong one. Yes, my dear. You need some milk. Well. My strap. Stop questioning. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Oh, thanks. My daughter says the strap looks funny on me. Holy cables. Yeah, we've got some cables. You like cables? We got cables. I am looking at the 8800 XT next. Nice. I'm still torn between like a 4080 Super and an AMD, like, for example, the 8800 XT. Kind of torn between it. Hoping NVIDIA cards come down in price, but I know they won't, because then I could buy one of those. Specifically, I would like the NVENC encoder decoder for streaming, which is why I would stick with NVIDIA. Do you have a dedicated RGB connector for all of those case fans, or are they connected to the motherboard? So there is a hub, which we'll see here in a moment, but there's a hub up here for all the case fans. The CPU fans for the AIO, they're going to be plugged into their own daisy chain directly to the motherboard. So, to the CPU fan connection. Those will be separate. What a beautiful blonde little girl. That's my 3-year-old daughter. If she popped up, she's over here picking on my strap. My hernia strap. Making fun of me. Okay, that makes sense. Thanks. You're welcome. Is that enough cables? You're gonna be so happy, my friend, who having this beautiful daughter in your life. I have 3 daughters in my life. I've got 3 girls, so I am very blessed, and I'm a very patient man. They're all go-getters too. Kind of scary. This is for a local customer or out of state. This is a local customer, Layla, over here on the YouTube actually right now. She's watching over here on YouTube. Is local to us. Layla Johnson, maybe in the future, get the 2 fans in the bottom. I had Ben do mine and it looks really good. Yeah, it doesn't cost much. It's, I think, like $13 or something like that. What do you think of how water is H2O? Reality could be made of unknown particles. I mean, unknown particles from space that somehow developed into our H2O? I don't know. I don't know enough about the chemistry behind it. Nice! Yes. I grew up with Indiana Jones. I went to see it 5 times in 1981. I mean, I don't blame you. It's a pretty badass movie, right? I saw it that many times, and it was not 1981, so... I think I've watched all of them at least a few times. I missed that. Oh. Hey, what's up? Laser? Cheap viewers on. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. Don't need that. Thank you, though. I have movies on a DVD right now in front of me. Nice. Very nice. DVD. There's a laser disc sitting on the shelf at the house. Howdy, welcome back to the Build Show, Robert Fixit. Good evening, sir. We're just finishing up this build. We have plenty more to do.
The dog almost jumped and reached the ball and I fell really high.
Wow.
You did it! Dog, drop it.
I don't think he's going to. No, he did. See. You feel like it takes the longest? I think my record is 10 in a day back when there was no cable management. Oh yeah, you could pump those things out fast. Back when we were doing office PCs and it didn't really matter except for maybe one zip tie around the remaining power supply bundle. That was it. You could pump out easily 10 a day. I take my time probably too much, like I'm too relaxed. I could probably speed up my process, but I don't like cutting corners. I like the quality of my builds to stay the same. Even though I sound like I'm trying to make it go faster. Not really going faster. That makes any sense. You got that right, Robert? Yes. Here we go. all the cables as cabled managed as it's going to get here. I don't think we're going to be able to do much of a better job here. There's just a lot of cables up here at the top that you have to deal with and manage. Can't do much with it outside of what we did. Alright. Put this hardware away, and then we will get this thing powered up. All the hardware comes with the build, so all the screws for the case, all the screws, cable combs for the extra cables, all the extra cables from the cable kit. That all comes with the PC, so all included. So if there's ever an update, spam bot, yeah, I know it's a spam bot. If there is ever an update that Layla will ever want to do, she'll have all the components, hardware necessary for doing that upgrade. Got the little M.2 screw from the bag. It needs to definitely be in here. Okay, let's put the side panels on. Well, I hope you're around still. You didn't fall asleep on us. Need to just correct some of this. It got a little messy. Good. Go. Looking pretty good. I bought 3 and sold them for 500. Oh, wow. Yeah, you didn't actually do that, did you? Layla, shh, it's okay. We just hide the cables aside. Yeah, we'll just hide that. All right, let's get this thing plugged in. I'll get you guys a side view here in a second, and then we'll get this thing fired up. And hopefully it posts. All right, Layla. I hope you're here. Layla is getting a killer PC. Yes. It's the best build of the year. Literally an award by Empower Gaming Computers. It just means it's the suggested build. Specifically selected parts by me. This is what I would build this year right now for the best dollar to performance ratio. And it looks pretty badass too. Help pay for kids' Christmas. Nice. Dad, you're mean. Layla, if you're here, please let me know when you are ready to push this power button. You gotta tell me to push this power button to see it live. If the PC case doesn't don't have a hub for the case fans, buy a case fans hub and hub blah, 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 and can connect it to the motherboard. Yeah, you could, if it doesn't have a hub, you could connect it to the motherboard. Yes. Chat nerds, all good, solid parts, and the price to performance. Oh yeah, I mean it's pretty much the best you can get in this price range. I don't know that. I mean, maybe the GPU. AMD. Layla, I'm here. Go ahead. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. And we have liftoff. Steve Anderson. Go, go, go! Go, Speed Racer! Go, Speed Racer! I can't remember the song. Oh my gosh. Go, Speed Racer. I can't remember the song. I used to know it. So long ago. Hey, if I built the PC right, that means it's gonna post, and you know, I did put the back panel on with very high confidence that it's going to post. Still waiting on it. Oh, there it is. Was starting to get a little concerned there. For DDR4 AIM-4 board, took a longer than normal, but it came up. The better color for girls is pink. Yes. But with these RGB colors, Layla can choose any color she wants on this PC. Outside of the color of the case and the white. It's a cool looking PC. Thank you. Yeah, this is the 903 Max. It's very easy to achieve, you know, this look. The only thing different that we could have done is maybe gone with a white motherboard and a white graphics card and white RAM. That's really the only difference there. He's a demon, and he's gonna be chasing after someone's gaming on you, so better look alive. He's busy revving up. Oh, okay, gotcha. The song, the Mach 2. Or, I'm sorry, the Mach 5. Why did I say 2? Layla, hope you like it. Looks amazing. Thank you, Steve. That was very nice. Fire from the chat nerds. Robert Fixit. Rockets launching. It launched. Looking sharp over there on the Twitch from Oysterhead. Thank you, sir. This will be available to pick up tomorrow. Layla, as as long as I'm able to get Windows installed and everything, yes. So I want to say Sunday for sure. Saturday maybe. And it's only because I'm going to be doing quite a few builds tonight. And I've got a couple of things I got to do in the morning, so I can't guarantee that I will have it ready by the end of the day tomorrow. So I will do my best to try to have it ready for you Saturday, tomorrow, but most likely it will be Sunday when it's ready for pickup. And I will be here, even though my hours say I'm closed Sunday because of the holiday. I will be here throughout the day. So good. And I will let you know when it is ready to pick up. Or, you know, for example, if I'm like 30 minutes from being done, I'll let you know. So we can get it to you as soon as possible. Oh, gotcha. No worries. Yeah. Awesome. All right. So I'm going to take like a 2-minute break because I got to figure out whose build is next. I knew Layla's was first on the stream, and I had a second build for sure lined up for tonight. So I got to go figure out whose that is, because I'm trying to build everything in order based on, you know, orders that came in, and of course the ones that need to be done for Christmas. So give me like 2 minutes. I'm going to go look at my email real quick. But we are doing another build. So stay tuned. We're doing a second build. 4090, not the 4090 build. The 4090 build we're going to hold until Saturday or Sunday. Because we have two 4090 builds actually to do. Two of them. All right. We're back. That's good. It's Friday. Yeah, thank goodness it's Friday. Weeks run together during holidays and building PCs. Yeah, you can tell me again. Or you don't have to tell me again. Don't get to eat. We have something important, and he will be back. Do another PC build for tonight, number 180. Yes. Build number 180 is going to be for Justin. So Layla, I hope you enjoy this build when you do finally come here and pick it up. Looking forward to meeting you. I will notify you as soon as this is ready. So let's go ahead and shut it down, and we'll move on to the next build. Not gonna interfere with this. Yeah, it is. All right. It's just gonna have to be what it is. All right, here we go. Build number 2. Let's go. AMD Radeon RX 6600. You got some orange and white cables. Here we go. Oh, orange cables. I like it already. Yeah, it's a custom. So we're going to be building for Mr. Justin. Let me update the name on this one. Get all those updated. Go. Now we're ready to go. Wanted one of those Logitech touchpad keyboards. How is it? I've actually been using them. That one's really dusty. It's been out for a long time and I haven't touched. I really only use it for the stream setup. So my PC, my desk's like way over that way, pretty far away. So I'd have to get up, walk, get to the keyboard and mouse and change something and come back. So this makes it so I have the mouse and keyboard wherever I end up while streaming, then I could manage things. It's not very efficient, you know, with the little trackpad, but it works. Works pretty good. I like it a lot for like for like a media center. It works well for that. You know, sitting on a couch, you have a computer plugged into your TV and you're using that for like movies and stuff, but that was like before streaming from, you know, a Fire Stick became a thing. So less used now than what it was before, but definitely cool feature to have for a compact keyboard mouse combination. Another white build, yes, except we're going with the orange and white cables instead. And we do have a white graphics card as well, so which is the RX 6600. I've been using a Logitech wireless for TV, but it would be nice to have the mouse on it as well. Yes, the keyboard's a little clunky because it's a little compact, but you get used to it, so it takes a minute. It takes a minute to get used to it. 5700X 3D, Chat Nerds is asking. It is not a 3D Vcache CPU. I use touchpad to play Call of Duty. I wreck everyone. Yeah. If you are doing that for real, though, you should probably be streaming it. So originally on this invoice, we quoted a Ryzen 5 5600X for this build. And look at what we ended up with. A Ryzen 7 5700X. So it is officially an upgrade because we were able to get it for 120 bucks, which was $10 more than the 5600X, and it made no sense doing the 5600X when the 5700X was $10 more. So had to do that for you, Justin. So I hope you don't mind. Free upgrade from the 5600 to the 5700X. It's a great CPU. It is. Welcome to the build show, Jesse. Yeah, when did you start show? I know you showed up a little while ago, but welcome to the build show, sir. It was like right at the end of that other one. So the Ryzen 7 5700X, and we're going to be building with a Thermalright Infinity AIO. The Frozen Infinity by Thermalright. It's a 360mm AIO with three 120mm fans, and it features a mirror type infinity feeling to the RGB on the block and on the sides of the fans, which we are going to carry that theme over to the fans in the case as well, which are the infinity fans, the exact fans that are on the cooler, so it's going to look very nice and clean. These are not reversed blades though, so that is the downside, so we will have them flipped around for intake based on the design of the build. We're going to be plugging that CPU into a MAG B550 Tomahawk Max Wi-Fi. Seems to be the theme tonight, if you haven't noticed or caught on to that. Mostly because B550 motherboards are becoming very difficult to get right now. But this is a MSI board. Then we also have a 32 gigabytes of DDR4 3200. I ended up with King Spec because we originally spec'd out a white addressable RGB kit by Pinnacle. I think it was Pinnacle, yeah. And that was out of stock, so the only thing close to the price and the design that we wanted was the King Spec kit, and it's not a terrible kit. So I've used them actually before, King Spec, and they're not bad. So I'm definitely not complaining at all with them, and if I didn't trust it, I wouldn't put it in. 1TB M.2 NVMe SSD, PCIe 4.0 Gen 4, which is a Team Group MP44L that you probably see me use quite a bit. Sorry about the background kind of bleeding in. I don't know why it's doing that all of a sudden, other than I put the white case behind me, so it's probably freaking out because of that. We were supposed to be building in a Zalman P10 case, and I think we changed that out. We changed it out, but it's a very similar looking case, similar to the Elgato Aqua 5, I think is the best way to describe it. Close to that style, anyway. We also have a 650 watts, 80 plus gold power supply. This one's by Thermaltake. I would have gone Sagittep, but again, the 650 watts were just suddenly out of stock. So, and then of course the AMD Radeon RX 6600, which is the ASRock Challenger in white to go with the theme, as well as our orange and white sleeved cables, which are pre-combed, by the way. So I already like this kit a lot, so I don't have to do the combs. It should save us some time. All right, guys. Without further ado, what do? Let's build it. You should. You sold all the B580s. LOL? Question mark. I think that's because Chat Nerds is trying to get a hold of one, and so am I. I hope you know, we might try to locate you with a couple of bats in the trunk. Oh, nice. Pre-combed, yes. Pre-combed, pre-combed. Pre-combed is good. Okay, I got rid of that white PC, so hopefully that kind of keeps the background from like bleeding into the image as badly as it is. I don't know why it's doing it. Probably because of my hoodie, my choice of hoodie. I know that's probably why it is. It's like blending in with the background a lot. Oh, I got it, Ben. Oh, you got one. Oh, I didn't know that. Maybe you told me in Discord. Traded my A580 LE for it. Nice. Well, let's build this PC, guys. What are we doing? We're just standing around doing nothing. When we should be building. Nice. Oh, dear God. Alright, so we're gonna try to speed things up and blow through this again. We're already 2 hours into a build stream. Smokies. Thought I'd be a little further along. But we're building like molasses, apparently. There we go. We've already got the motherboard ready to go in the case. Got a CPU, RAM, and SSD installed already. Cool. Let's get the case out. Hear me out. A B580 low profile would sell like hotcakes. It would. Yes. Because you could definitely smash that, well, what's the bandwidth on like it? Does it require PCI 4.0? Is it relying on that? Or no? If not, you could definitely put one of those in like an office PC and flip those again very nicely. Instead of like the 6 gig 3050. Low power consumption too. The B570 10 gigabyte is coming out. And I can see that coming in as a low profile. Yeah, yeah. 192-bit bus. It would get really hot. You think so? We'll have to see how the 570 tests out, but it is the closest. It is close to the 580. SFF is going to be coming back big time. You think so? Yeah, I think it's, you know, because we keep getting bigger. I think smaller, better performance, you know, is going to be ideal. Definitely more attractive. Although I do like bigger things. Well, that styrofoam was broken. Concerning. So basically, this is a Montec XR, not made by Montec. It's basically what it is. No joke. Pretty much packaged the same way too. A little concerned about the glass because the glass is overlapping the top here, and if you bump it a funny way, I guess maybe that could be a problem, but not that big of a deal. I bet this pops out just like, yep, pops out just like the XR. I think it's safe to say that this is a Montec XR made by Pro Plus. Sedgetep. Sedgetep is the maker of this case, aka Montec. Same design. Oh, please don't be a scratch or a crack. Oh, thank goodness. I almost thought there was a crack in the front glass. There is not. We are okay. And look at this. To go with our orange and white, we even have orange USB ports. That was by mistake, but I'll take it. Oh, not enough memory to open up the YouTube page. Hold on. We just lost the YouTube chat. Hold on, guys. Uno a momento. It says there's not enough memory. Refreshing. Alright, YouTube chat is back. I was about to say that looks like an XR. Pretty close, pretty damn close. I mean, check out the orange USB slots. I know, that was not intentional. I had no idea that this case came with USB ports that are orange on the top, but I will take it. I mean, Sedgetep is a orange color. That is their standard theme, orange. So Makes sense. Kind of cool that they threw in their theme for the build. One thing I would have liked to see on this case is probably USB-C, but I mean, for the price, it's pretty good. Pretty good for the price. I'm impressed. Downside is we have to install all of our fans. And I mean all of them. Every last one of them we have to install. But that's okay. Half the time they don't even put the fans in the right way and we have to rotate them anyway. Also looks like we have to install the studs. Those do not come pre-installed for ATX. But they do give you a little header if you don't have one already, or sockets. But we have one from the Gamers Nexus toolkit that fits these, or should. Fits them perfectly. Time for a new streaming PC. I've been putting that off for a while. I'm still running a Ryzen 7 5700X, 32 gigs of RAM. That's probably where my big problem is the RAM. And RTX 3070 Ti. And then I've got 4 terabytes of M.2 NVMe Gen 4 storage with I think an 850 watt power supply. I don't know, I can't remember what wattage I had under there. Something like that. .5 socket. Thank you for the exact count on that. This says 5.0 by 100. Not sure if you can read that or not. That was the socket that I used. Don't know if Gamers Nexus is wrong or not. Hey, what's up, Army Vet? Welcome back. Glad you made it back to the stream. Hey, Boobsy Guy. Is this another View Infinity build? Very close to it. Very close. It is actually a custom build, but I kind of went with the same Infinity kind of theme. So very close. Alright, so we're going to go back to our LTT store screwdriver and keep putting some wear and tear on it until it breaks. One day this thing will break. Then we get to test out the LTT store's warranty services. Who knows, maybe Gamers Nexus can do another round. I will say I have to position this board a little bit as I tighten this down because it's not perfect. I had to position two of the screws, position the board and get two of the screws down before it stayed, which is, you know, a little bit disappointing that it doesn't line up very nicely, but not the end of the world. Kind of expected in this price range. I think the total for this case was $69, but the XR was not available, or I would have done the XR. Was not available anywhere when I was making these purchases, unfortunately. What does Tech Jesus know? What doesn't Tech Jesus know? That's the real question. how many builds you doing? I'm gonna do as many as I can. So this could be the last one, depending on how sore I get here. But I mean, I'm gonna try to keep going. I just don't want to go like super crazy. So we'll go until I can't go anymore. How about that? Alright, so now we're going to get the side fans installed. We'll get the cables plugged in. We've got USB 3.0, front panel connector, our HD audio for sure. And then we'll get the 3 fans, the side and the rear, and the bottoms installed. We'll start with all that. There we are. Got all our front panels connected. Now we'll do the side fans. We're going to do 2 of these Infinity mirror fans by Thermalright on the side as intake. They are not reverse blades, so we're going to install them backwards. Hey, oh, late builds. What's up? Yeah, we're doing builds, man. We're going to keep going until I drop at this point. We got builds to do, and we got to get them done. I broke 2 of them and got brand new ones, no questions asked. Really? Dang it. I was hoping for a better story behind it. Well, we're trying to figure out how many builds it lasts. So far, we are in... We started around 150 on with the screwdriver, so... What are we at? Like 30 builds right now? Something like that. Sounded like today, tomorrow, going to be a worse. Yes, it's gonna get worse. Over here for me, anyway. We've got a lot of builds. Here in the Discord, you'd see the latest picture of the massive pile of parts that are here, and there's more coming, so... Hey, thanks for the subscription over there, the sub. Thank you, sir. Do not know about you, but I have 12 on for tomorrow, 6 of which are complete bundles. Oh, wow. Nice. I got a whole bunch of builds going. Let's see here. We did one actually just before this one. This is 2. I got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 10 of them. And then there's possibly like 2 or 3 more people that want me to get one done before Christmas too. But I will tell you, it is nothing like last year. I don't know if anybody was here last year around this time of the year. I know Army Vet was. Army Vet over on the Twitch can tell you all about it. Kat, I think you were here too. Weren't you? A couple of you guys were. Quite a few of you guys. Steve was too, I think. I think that was right when Steve started hanging out with us. Around that time. So one thing I will call out for any case manufacturers, I know that they're probably leaving this perforated because they want the structure there for the case. Just get rid of this. Get rid of the perforated metal, save some money there, and just punch it out. Do not bother with the perforations. It just restricts the airflow. That's what I will call out on this case that I don't like. And I've seen this on a lot of cases where they put this perforated metal here, and I don't know what the idea or the thought behind it is, but I hate it. It should not exist. And it would probably be cheaper for them to cut it than it would be to sit there and laser out every single one of these holes. Is this an XR? It is not. It is a Segitep Pro Plus, which is basically the same exact thing as an XR. Literally, it looks like the same thing, except for it's missing features like USB-C. The front panel is also down here at the bottom for XR, versus this one, it's at the top. So it's like a combination of the Sky 2 and the XR. And this would be its cheaper stepchild. I guess you can call it. Agreed? Yes. Steve Anderson, Google is not allowing uBlock Origin as a download anymore. It just removed Google Chrome. Ah. Segitep case. Yes. Ah, the orange USB. How'd you know? But it goes good because we have orange and white sleeve cables going in this build, so kind of blends nicely. All right, so we've got 2 fans installed on the side here. Now we just need to install the rear and then the bottom ones. And then we can get an AIO in after we do some cables for the EPS cable and whatnot. Oh, I don't know. I've built a few. Really? You have? Google. What are you right? Maybe. Maybe a couple. I actually didn't know Segitep did orange USBs on their cases. This is my first time ever building in a Segitep case. I build a lot with their power supplies, and I like their power supplies a lot. The downside to this case for PC builders is definitely the extra time to put the case fans in. That is a negative. but price is not bad. Not a bad price. But in this situation, it was a custom build, and I was trying to match all the blades anyway, all the fans. So it worked out because I wanted to do this anyway, so I would have been removing case fans if they were in here. So it worked out very nicely. At Chat Nerds, you here? He's over on YouTube. Chat Nerds is over there on YouTube watching right now. Chat Nerd, somebody is looking for you over in the Twitch side. Looking fancy. Starting to come together. Right now, over me. Can't help myself. Alright, so let's get these bottom fans in. And then we'll start focusing on the top. I always like to do the top last. No pun intended there. These are all being mounted on the bottom as intake. The refrigerator. Ah, found you, old man. Were you looking for the chat, nerds? Shh, don't let them know I'm in here. It's too late. Must be Jeff from Micro Center. Yes, I believe so. So pretty cool thing. Don't want to get like too crazy with the details, but we are going to be working with a company called the Rainbow something or other, and you guys can use your imagination on that, especially those of you from Michigan. You probably know what I'm talking about, but it is a organization, non-profit organization that makes wishes happen for kids. We're going to be doing something pretty cool for a kid after the new year here. And we're going to be doing that paired up with Micro Center. So we're going to probably be doing a build inside the center of Micro, if that's exciting, over here in Madison Heights, Michigan. Basically, the idea is we're taking this kid to this kid. I'm just going to keep him as this kid because I don't want to release too much details about it. But we're basically going to take him to Micro Center, and then we're going to shop for his parts there at Micro Center, and then after we're done shopping for the parts there at Micro Center, based on the approval already we have, it sounds like, with Micro Center, we're going to be doing the build. They're going to give us a space to do the build there at Micro Center, and then test it as well. So pretty cool. Super excited about that. I'm donating all of my time and services, so looking forward to getting a build done and teaching somebody how to build it. That's the other thing, is I'm going to make him do the build. And just for awareness, he's a cancer patient, so that's why he's in this program. So I'm looking forward to teaching him how to build his first PC. Nice, you get to work on one of the benches. You get to see my workspace. Yeah, that's not going to be until after the new year, and I don't know if we have permission to do any type of recording or anything like that, but it would be pretty cool if we could, because then I can bring along somebody to do some of the recording to follow us and kind of just get some shots, you know, put a video together. It'd be pretty cool. Army Vet, are you going to talk to Flake about dropping in on the 24-hour stream for a kid again? He is doing it in Pistons training facility. Oh, I did not know he was doing that. I know he does it. I just didn't know when. I can't remember this stuff. I know it's coming up. I know it's coming up here. Isn't it like at the beginning of the year as well? Q2, second quarter. Gotcha. Yeah, that's I don't know. Yeah, I could try to jump in or pop in there. I mean, I owe it to Flake. He's been nothing but the nicest, awesomest dude there ever was. So he's like the coolest streamer that just deserves like a bigger audience. I don't know how he doesn't have like an insane audience, because he always pays attention to like everybody. He does a really good job at it too. He's just really good in front of the camera, and he's a really nice person too, like a really nice guy to talk to all around. Well, I'm out. Have an early day and lots of PCs. Night, peeps. All right, good night over there. Have a good night, sir. And thanks for stopping in and hanging out for a bit. Refrigerator. I don't know if should I just call you the refrigerator? I'll just call you the refrigerator. well, considering he is now chief meteorologist at 9 and 10 news, helps. Yeah, it does help a little bit. He's invited to drop down, but 5 hours one way is a long way south. Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's a long drive. It's a long drive. You'd have to probably get a hotel down here or something. Jeff must be on Twitch. He was, yes. Jeff was on Twitch. Lethal Wick. Good thing about Michigan is it's one of the cheapest states to live in, but one of the least safest. What? I disagree with that. I don't know if it's the least safest. I've never found myself in severe danger other than, you know, driving with other drivers on the road in the winter. That's not safe. I trust my driving. I do not trust other people's driving. It's scary out there. It's scary. There we go. We've got our Infinity fans installed on the bottom. Looking sharp already. Yeah. Looking sharp. All right, we're ready to get this AIO installed. Doing a Thermalright in Frozen Infinity this time around. Well, considering he is... Oh, yeah. It ranks 35th in safety, that's why. Oh, I didn't even know that about us. Good kid, I said he's 30. Yeah, other people are the issue for sure. Yeah. No, I didn't realize that our safety rating was that low. I've personally never had any issues here in the state, so... I've actually had more issues with harassment with small-town village police officers, such as Armada and the Richmond area. Had trouble with that. More harassment than anything. There's one time I had an out headlight, and I drove through Armada, through Richmond, headed over to I-94. I think it was 32 Mile Road that I was cutting through. But I stopped in Armada at the gas station for something, and then was on my way to Richmond to a friend's house. And both in Armada and Richmond, I got pulled over and handed a ticket, even though I showed, you know, for example, the Armada cop gave me the ticket, and then the Richmond cop pulled me over, and I showed him the ticket that I just got, literally just got, from the Armada cop, and he still gave me a ticket citation for an out headlight. And I was like, I literally just got a ticket for it. And it had just gone out because I had just hit a deer. That was the other frustrating thing. I hit a deer that day. And that was the reason why my headlight was out. It like clipped the side of like the front corner of my car, and it took out the headlight. So damaged the whole lamp, but it was a bummer getting picked on by both cops, even though I tried to prove that I already had a ticket, and also tried to prove that it just happened. Still had the fur from the deer inside my lamp, broken headlamp. It was a little frustrating. Little bit frustrating indeed. So anyway, I just paid the ticket because it was like 30 or 40 bucks at the time. It wasn't that big of a deal. I was like, whatever. Get over it. Move on. Fix the headlights. I actually went to Walmart and just bought, or where was it? Meijer. At 26 Mile right after that, I went to Meijer and picked up a new light. It was like 10:30 in the evening, and I just replaced the light right there in the parking lot because I was like, I am not getting pulled over again for this stupid light. It was dumb. It was very dumb. 2 tickets in one day for a headlight. Yep. That was, in my opinion, the worst experience or harassment I've had with cops. And then also, I had a Dodge Neon back then and a really loud exhaust. So I was young and dumb, and I put a cherry bomb on it, and it was stupid. It was very stupid. I was into like modifying stuff and playing around with stuff and tinkering. But I put a cherry bomb on a Dodge Neon 2002 Dodge Neon SRT, and it sounded really cool at the time. Still sounded cool, but it was really loud. So I constantly got pulled over because of the noise of my vehicle. And I always told them, you know, because they never bothered to like look under the car where, you know, where the cherry bomb would be. So I put it in between the exhaust and the catalytic converter. So they never really saw that it was anything modified. I just told them it was a hole in my exhaust and I have to get it fixed, and I haven't gotten it fixed yet. And they always bought it, but I got pulled over so many times because of it. They're like, man, it sounds pretty good for a hole in the... I'm like, yeah, should I even bother fixing it? I don't know, I got pulled over probably 20 times with that car. Just because of the noise. That was dumb. Waste of the police officer's time, for sure. Or they were just that bored. Or somebody called and complained about me in the neighborhood, who knows. And they had a buddy cop or something. Who knows? All that I remember is that it sucked every time I got pulled over. It was a waste of 15 minutes. They'd make me sit there for at least 15 minutes. Then lecture me about how noisy cars are stupid. And that there's this and this law about noise after a certain time of the day. I'm like, whatever. I never fixed it. I sold it like that. Or actually, no, the transmission died in it. Harsh driving. Transmission finally went in it, and it was like gonna be stupid expensive to get another transmission, so I just sold it as is. I could have gotten 5 more, yeah. I could have gotten 5 more. Try to break a record. What's the most tickets somebody's gotten in one day? Is there a record somewhere? I'm sure one of those like speed clubs, you know, the fancy car clubs that drive around super fast. I'm sure somebody's definitely gotten more than 10 tickets in a day. There's got to be a limit before they're basically arrested. I guess unless it's in different states, maybe. But you'd have to be traveling really fast to get tickets in many states. Different states. Japan is so ahead of the time, even their deer weights. Yeah, okay, I'd like to see that. I always leave with more than I should go when I go. Yeah. Same. I always go to Micro Center with a plan of getting only this or that, and I walk out with this, that, this, and I saw this, it looked cool, so I had to have it. And, you know, I try not to get a cart, unless I absolutely have to have one. Because carts are dangerous inside the Micro Center, because you could just keep adding more and more stuff to the cart. So dangerous. Avoid the carts. Crap, you know what I didn't do is put the EPS cable in. Shit. Geyser! Pre-combed and everything, man. This is a bougie kit. Look at that. It's pre-combed. Oh, and it feels, it's like not too stiff and not too loose. I actually like these a lot. If anybody's interested in the brand name, AG or ANG ITU. I've never used them before. These feel actually pretty good. There's only a 4mm. I'm pretty impressed. I'll say that. See if I can get this in here. That heat spreader on the DRM or heat sink. This is tricky. This is gonna suck. Definitely should have done this first. All I can say. Yeah, guys, I think I'm taking the radiator back out to make this happen because I'm an idiot. I do not see myself breaking my fingers trying to get that in there. This sucks, but is what it is. I'm not gonna break my fingers. Sorry for the redo. I'm only human after all. Also, the downside to using a cheaper case is they make things a little tighter, such as this. Yeah, that was definitely never gonna happen with that radiator there. Glad I made that decision, honestly. It was gonna suck major monkey balls if I tried. Now, do I want... I don't think that's gonna work. They restocked more 9800X 3Ds finally, yeah. They've had them over here at the Michigan Micro Center, actually. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about the Michigan one, Jesse. I'm sorry. Yep. Yeah, I've seen them here. Yeah. Oh, we just had something weird going on with the screwdriver there. Just a second. Maybe we need to oil the gears. Getting a little too hot, you know. Boy, it just clears it very nicely, actually. Tight fit, but it fits. So, can't really complain that much. Ow. There's a trick to doing an AM4 bracket. You leave one side on if it's a split configuration like this, and then do one side at a time, and you won't lose the back plate on the back of the tower. All the motherboard's in there. Dang it. Yeah, local biker center. Yeah. Yeah, I figured that's what you were saying because I know you're here. Local. Yeah, it's nice. Having a micro center, definitely. Definitely appreciate it more than I would probably know if I didn't have it. So I always have to remind myself to treat this micro center nicely. Because we could be in a situation where we didn't have one. The other thing I really didn't think about is how tight it is here. These cables, which sucks a little bit too. I'm gonna actually pull this ram out. Unfortunately, get these cables plugged in. Oh boy, this is gonna be tight. Oh, there's so many stupid things I did. I want to love this case, but when you put an AIO in here, it is a pain in the ass. Don't put an AIO in this case. You gotta be shitting me, I did that too? So many stupid mistakes today. Goodness. Stupid mistakes, guys. Stupid mistakes. I know better, too. Prolonging the build. Less than 30 minutes away. For me too, yeah. Ever saw an alien? No, I've never seen an alien. I've got an Alienware. That's where we're going with this. It'll be nice and easy to clean this up. When we get to that, there we go. Looking like a gaming PC finally coming together. What about a ghost? I've never seen a ghost either. I try not to believe those because I'd rather not get caught up in them. Any type of weird haunting. So I just pretend they don't exist. Vols, baby, vols! Vamos. Vámonos. Underlay. Trying to hurry. Wish there was a peel tab for that. You just can't see it. Computer specs would you need to defy the laws of reality? I have no idea. That's a question probably more so for an Elon Musk. But I would assume it is more than what we have on this planet, or we may have already tried to defy the laws of reality by now. What do you guys think? Coming together? Very nicely. A little bit tricky to build in this case, but if you do it a couple times, I'm sure you'd get a rhythm down. It'd be alright. Me personally, I don't know. Mixed feelings on it. Mixed feelings for sure. Looking good. Orange is different. Yeah. That is why Justin picked it out. He wanted white and orange. Now would be a good time to have the Gigabyte Barf Orange fans for the startup. Would have been perfect, but here we are with an MSI motherboard. So it's going to throw it into the RGB Barf. You know it's getting late when we start hitting the OG tracks. What are we on? 3 hours? Yep. 3 hours in. My groin is starting to feel that, even with the strap, but might be able to push a little further. We're probably going to wrap it on this build tonight. So I'm feeling the burn on the groin with the hernia. But the strap bot made it so I could do 2 PCs instead of just one for sure, so that helped. I'll have to play around with it and see if I can get it in a better position. And or we'll just have to take breaks. I don't know. Oh, perfect. Whew. Merry Christmas to all, Mitch Man. Thank you. Welcome to back to the build show, sir. Is it possible to time travel at the speed of RAM? I do not have these questions, Ant-Man. I mean, I don't have the answers to these questions. Obviously, I'm getting tired. I don't know. I guess you'd have to have some super fast DDR6 RAM. That'd be my first assumption to make that happen. Same to you, Mitch. The Christmas. Yes, same to you, Mitch. I'm getting tired, guys. I am rereading the chat. So tired I'm getting. It has been a long day. Sunday I have to do a email migration as well, a cutover. Cutting over from Google G Suites to Exchange Online, aka Microsoft 365. There's ventilation there. Okay. That like that. Not to touch it. No reason to touch it. Alright, let's clean up this hardware. Plug this thing and fire it up. Just to remind people not to use the onboard video. I always try to keep a reminder for myself to put those caps in before I package this thing up. Damn, I just joined! So late. Are ViewBots still a thing? Yes, I think. Maybe? I don't know. Then good evening, sir. Good evening. Welcome back to the build stream, Onra and Some Giant Idiot. We are probably gonna finish it on this one, because I am tired. Yeah, watch the repetition in YouTube, trying to double up to catch back up. I don't know if that's how it works. Yeah, we'll put the panel on later. The last one. Kind of want to keep it off so there's no reflection. All right, let's plug this thing in and fire it up. And since Justin, I don't think, is here, we'll do it on our own. All right. Which one of you guys still in here want to tell me to fire this thing up? What case is this? This is a Sagitep Pro Plus, which is very similar to a Montec XR. Very close to the same thing. The difference is it's a little tighter in the top with the radiator mounted, so it really likes to hug the motherboard. And then no fans are included. Also, the front panel is not on the front down here at the bottom where the XR is. Front panel's here at the top. All right, one of you tell me, Onra over on the Twitch is taking the credit, and he says, we're ready. Let's do this. Some giant idiot says, let's go. Punching it. Damn, that's pretty dope. I do like those fans from Thermalright. They're clean. They're not like, it's like a clean RGB, not a just overwhelming amount of light. Just clean. The idea, once I get MSI Center installed with the Mystic Light, the idea is to make all the lights orange to kind of blend with the orange and white on the cables. Yes, that is going to be the plan. Do it. Yes, I shall do it. It is my destiny. Do it. Beautiful. I'm not a fan of the Mirror Infinity in fans, but I'm sure their owner is going to love it. Oh yeah. I think Justin is going to flip when he sees this thing. It is pretty dope. Happy holidays at Tattoo Tuna. Happy holidays to everybody. It is Christmas time. That's why we have the Christmas logo on. I should be wearing a Christmas hat, except I don't know where it is. I had one specifically for the stream that I wore a couple times last year and don't know where it went. One of my kiddos probably took off with it. You could say Merry Christmas. I'm old. Merry Christmas. And Happy New Year. By the way, if you didn't catch on, we are wearing the new hoodie from the store. I think I'm gonna move the placement of the icon a little bit more over here side of, or add a logo to the chest. One of the two. But this is one of the new hoodies. It's got the green holographic kind of life breathing through it. The Empower green. Mixed with some gray textures. It's pretty cool looking. I designed it myself. Trying to get better merch in there, or better designs anyway. I want to improve the designs, and then I order one just to see what it's like. Then once I'm happy with it, I'm happy with it. There you go, guys. Build number 180 for the year for Justin is completed. We're just barely going to touch 200 this year, as it is with the current remaining builds that we have left, and the remaining time that we have left in the year. We're barely going to hit 200. Barely. Compared to last year, I have no idea what happened other than the economy is just that bad. That's all I can say. I had so many more orders around this time of the year, Christmas time. I mean, it was absolutely insane last year. If you go look at the YouTube streams, I was doing like 5 builds a night, and I would go until about 3 to 4 in the morning, and I was losing it because there was just so many builds. So kind of nice to have this change of pace a little bit, but still there's quite a few builds here to do. So we have builds to do. So I will be trying to stream in the afternoon, evening again tomorrow. And then we will be doing those excited for 4090 build, at least one of them on Sunday. And then Monday we'll also have a second 4090 build. I was going to try to do the 4090 builds together, but I think we're going to have to squeeze in some more budget-friendly builds on Sunday as well, or Saturday. I don't know. We have one 4070 build, and then we have 2, maybe 3 budget-friendly builds to do tomorrow. So we're going to be doing maybe up to 4 builds tomorrow, depending on how early I can get started. Everyone's waiting for Blackwell, yeah. I know. It's kind of a weird time where we're all just waiting on things constantly, I guess. I don't know. No, I think it really had the economy, because usually around this time of the year I get the mom and dad looking for a PC for their kids for Christmas to get them off the console and onto PC. And this year there's just wasn't a whole ton of that. Beautiful build. Thank you, Jesse. I'm more excited to see what Battle Mage could achieve. Yes, I actually had gone to Micro Center again. I told everybody this already, but I went to Micro Center 3 times this week looking for a Battle Mage B580 card, and they either were not there, or when I did get there, when they were there, they were out of stock by the time I got there, so I kind of got screwed. So I asked one of the guys over there, I was like, if you can, you know, maybe accidentally knock one off the shelf and put it in the back somewhere for me and text me when it's there and I will drive over there and pick it up, because apparently they sell like hotcakes, and or Intel is just not shipping as many as they did when they first launched their A series, the A770 and whatnot. They are selling, which is it's a good thing. That means it starts putting pressure on that market for that card size. So it's definitely a good thing. It's gonna help drive the prices down when there's more competitors, more options. So maybe the RTX 4060 will come down in price, aka new 5060. Weird times where we wait only AMD CPUs and we're looking for Intel GPUs. I know. Yeah, the hell with Intel CPUs. We want the Intel GPUs and the AMD CPUs. It's kind of a weird time. So once I do finally get my hands on a Battle Mage, I will definitely do a build with that. I actually had an Intel build planned for it, but I'm going to end up using those parts. It was like an i5-12400F build, which is, you know, a balanced build for somebody that would be buying a Battle Mage 580. It was kind of the ideal budget build, because if you're buying that budget card, you're probably starting with the rest of the build being budget. So I just wanted to kind of see what the experience would be in that like $600 range, including, or I guess $700 range. Drivers will need a little more stability for a handful of games. Yeah, probably the older games will, like before. I don't know. I don't know what it's like. I won't know until I start playing on it, and then provide an honest, you know, experience. That's all I can do. Everything sounds great on it. I mean, everybody's been talking it up, so I'm hoping that's what it turns out to be. Those filler builds, main event 4090 build when? Probably going to be Sunday now at this point, because because I have too many builds that I have to get done before Christmas, so I don't want a chance not having those ready or coming across a part that isn't working and not have enough time to get a replacement part before Christmas, because they're all expected to be before Christmas. Whereas the 4090 builds, they are not Christmas builds, so I have a little bit of flexibility with them. Those Intel, 3 Intel GPUs I sold looked nice. Thanks, Tat. I do appreciate you thinking of us here. Yeah. I'm sure you would have shipped me one if I gave you the money. Or I would have traded a different card for one. I've got several options here right now. But, alright guys. That's it for me tonight. I'm drained. Tired. Weighing on me. I can feel it. I'm a little sore on the groin area. The strap really helped. We're at 3 hours and 30 minutes. I'm not nearly in any, like, extreme pain where I was the last build stream. So it's definitely helped a lot. Helped keep all the stuff where it's supposed to be. But it's a little uncomfortable after 3 hours. 3.5 hours. So, alright guys, we'll be live again tomorrow night. I am, for real, going to be live. I know I keep saying that every time, and then I'm like, ah, crap, this came up, or this, that, you know. This weekend, I do have builds I have to do, so we are probably going to be live in the evening again, where we're going to stack up a few builds, or as many as we can again, tomorrow, so probably at least 2, maybe 3, and if we're feeling good, we'll do 4. It should be easier builds, so not as crazy as the ones that we just did here, but lots of excitement. And then Sunday, 4090 build, and Monday, another 4090 build. And then Merry Christmas. Alright guys, have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow. No, don't delete the scene. I just want to change it. Have a good night, guys.